So early this morning, Central Standard Time, it was about 5 a.m. I woke up and read some documents about it. The Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, also known as the Dicastery of the Doctrine of the Faith, released its newest dicastery document called Dignitas Infinita. It was released via press conference today, April the 8th, in Rome at something like noon local time. It's the transferred feast of the Annunciation there. That's why they did it. The new text aims to highlight a line from Fratelli Tutti, namely that dignity exists beyond all circumstances. That's interesting. That's true. And in a word, it's precisely what I expected of this document. I was talking to a friend yesterday, a lawyer friend of mine, Ryan, who said, look, what do you think is going to be in this thing? And I haven't paid a lot of attention to it, in all frankness. This is not one of the ones I've been looking out for a long time. I heard about it briefly last week or the week before, and I said, here's my prediction. Common, unshocking. This will be one of the moments of the Francis pontificate where normies will be spiking the football because there's going to be nothing shocking, conscience shocking in it. And my friend Ryan agreed. This is like when Francis, from time to time, will admit that there are, I don't know, 3 persons in the Holy Trinity, or that Jesus walked the earth a little bit over 2,000 years ago, or that, there are 7 sacraments or something like that. So the document highlights human dignity. It's a very safe topic. It's a very, very safe topic. And there are moments in the document, lines, where, as LifeSite's article makes clear in the title, abortion's condemned, and so is gender theorem. That's fine. So abortion and gender theorem, these are 2 well-established and quite safe to condemn topics for the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith. And as promised, they do condemn abortion and gender theory. Now, I had a phone conversation last week with another friend, and we were talking about the expectations that a Roman Catholic ought to level at a Roman Catholic prelate. When I say that I feel very consistently, very profoundly let down by Pope Francis, or that I used to early in this 11-year pontificate, what I meant is this: frequently, in an integer greater than 0 frequency, I have felt strongly and used my intellect to strongly gather the point that this Pope is a kind of revolutionary of sorts, that he does not favor doctrine that does not and cannot change. 1 or more times over the last 11 years. The number is far more than 1. That's what I do mean when I utter such words. What I don't mean, what I do not mean, and I've cautioned you all, trads and normies alike, is constructing this phrase, oh, Francis isn't so faithful. Francis is rather revolutionary. Francis doesn't love to defend doctrine. It doesn't mean, and I don't think anyone out there believes it means, that Francis always and everywhere in 1,000 lines out of a 1,000-line document condemns known true quantities in the Roman Catholic Church, which is why I say he admits the Trinity has 3 persons in it. Grudgingly, maybe. I don't know. I don't know, maybe not. He admits there are 7 sacraments. He admits that Christ walked the earth, you know, starting about 2020 years ago, 2024 years ago. He admits that, whatever, there are 3 major sects of Christian: Protestant, Eastern Orthodox, Catholic. He admits all kinds of things about Roman Catholic history that are accurate. And in this document, Dignitas Infinita, he admits that the long-standing, not particularly controverted or controvertible teachings of the church on abortion are that it's always and everywhere wrong, and that gender theorem is always and everywhere wrong. Freely. So I'm not sure. Well, I can help you mind to where he's probably going with the document. I can actually do that for you, and I will in a moment. But facially, I'm not sure why would you release a document that states such obvious truisms, paraphrastically obvious truisms. I don't know, unless it's going someplace darkling. Imagine if we woke up tomorrow and at noon Rome local time, 5 a.m. CST, I got up, there's a second document and it says 2 and 2 equal 4. And we released this by a press conference because apparently these guys think it's the year 1993. And it's a big deal, and I want everyone to read it, that it turns out 2 and 2 equals 4. Well, yeah, all of my concelebrants, my well-wishers, my colleagues, the tried and true who believe that this is somehow, through all of the material heresy, a good and holy pontificate, number 266, they're going to say, well, look, there are no errors in this. 2 and 2 equal 4 in the 2 and 2 equal 4 document, hypothetically speaking, if this were to be released tomorrow. And I'd say, well, yeah, there's no errors. You got it. No, 100. You're right. You're right, Pope Splainers. No errors that I can see in Dignitas Infinita, April the 8th. And no hypothetical errors in this fake document, April the 9th. 2 and 2 equals 4. But why release it? There are a million truisms I could state without error. And there are a million truisms you or any, more than you or I, any leader in the world, let alone the most important leader in the world, could release a document with much fanfare to be inclusive of. Part of this has to do with Francis. Part of it has to do with his doctrinal number 2 in the church. We've thought he might get fired at some point. Cardinal Victor Manuel Tucho Fernandez, who released his long-anticipated document on human dignity, written in line with Pope Francis's encyclical Fratelli Tutti and Modern Teaching on Dignity. It condemns abortion and surrogacy while notably remaining silent on Skittles. LifeSite makes a big deal about the fact that the document's silent on Skittles. I don't know if I don't know. I don't think this is completely unreasonable. I don't think it also is a deafening silence where it makes it so notable that you have to talk about it's silent on Skittles. I think it could go either way. I'll give you more of my thoughts in a second. But the point is, Francis and Tucho Fernandez are not always necessarily of one mind. Tucho's been an embarrassment to Francis. So this is likely one of those not significantly less embarrassing moments in the Francis pontificate, where because they've had such a majority of the moments have been embarrassing moments, they're just like, let's just announce this document, make a big deal out of it, and it'll say something as banal as 2 and 2 equals 4. I'm not sure if the silence on Skittles, on SS unions and things like that, that's what I mean by Skittles, is deafening or not. LifeSite thinks it is. Maybe that's right. I can tell you where they're going with it.